let's go back because I'm sidetracking now. In a room around confident men, right? And there's a long list of, accomplishments, achievements. Like they don't do it for the reward. They do it because they're trying to better themselves as people. I've never been one of those type people who's ever been interested in the reward. I've always been the type of person, I have to speak on myself for saying this, I have to speak on me as an individual. I'm sort of the type of person, like, it's not about me being selective or bothered or me trying to outcompete somebody, but like I specifically understand this. I specifically understand, like, to a man, to a real man, right? Because I'm a man in person, I understand what other men around me are like, right? They're very confident in what they do. I think I like to say this for a very long time. I've never gone to a facility or, an environment where, they've ever gone to a facility. There are a lot of people out here, like when you talk about America or Dubai, or any of these other countries. I'm sure that there are other countries, and I'll get butchered for saying, for not mentioning other countries. Like, I've never really, like, I'm saying Dubai is definitely a country of status, and obviously America, there's more hype around that country. Not so much England, where I come from, but I have to say this specifically. Not that I've ever been. I can't say Mark Burrows, Shane Taylor, Shane Mayer, Mitchell Sheridan, Lloyd Kerr, Brett Thomas, Josh McCarthy. I can't really specifically go into detail. I can't be specific on, like, on these type of men, because honestly, at the end of the day, they weren't meant to me, right? But when I say real man, I'm obviously talking about, like, men who, like I said, well groomed, like, has a membership, doesn't fuck around, has like a routine and sticks to it, and doesn't sit there and say it's somebody else's fault. It's somebody else's fault. I'll do it when I, feel like it. It's just, they recognize how important it is to them, and they do it. Yeah, and it's one of those things where, to me, I've always been pushed to be that person. I should be bothered, I should be, aware, I should be knowledgeable, and I still think about this, like, this is what I'm trying to say, like, ideal podcast is no bitches, I said real men for a reason, because if you're that guy, right, and you have no accomplishment to your name, you're not gonna be threatened by these other men. You're not gonna be jealous or hated. But some men out here that have no status are offended. They're like, oh, I wish I was that guy. I'm not that guy. If I see, like, I'll go back to myself. If I see men with status, what that's gonna do for me, that's gonna show me that I could be that guy. And this is something that's never addressed in these videos. That's something that you see less and less and less, because they don't care about a man's feelings. They don't care about a man's perspective, or showing a man off as, like, look at this guy. Not the fact that, obviously you work to make yourself handsome. You work to make yourself well groomed. You work hard to make yourself that guy, like, you say, I believe in the law of attraction. For me, from a very young age, it's not about me saying I don't believe in the law of attraction, or I don't believe in these things. I never had access to the law of attraction. It's not about me saying that I dead ass never believed, right? I've sort of always been that type of person. Like, to me personally, I have to be honest, and I have to speak from myself. I went to these facilities. I went, and I've always been around children, even from a very young age. I kind of say, no one's ever acted their age. And when you read the stories, when you go on these people's stories, like I do, and then there'll be the times where you actually do meet that person, and you'll think to yourself, oh, I'm just like, like, obviously that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you need to hype yourself up. You need to look at yourself, and you need to say, well, that guy does it, so I can outdo it. It's never about beating a person. It's never about showing that person that you're better than them. It's about outcompeting that person, or setting yourself a goal. I'm going to do that dead ass with a dead ass expression, serious, and earning that alpha male success, right? Because obviously you're not just gonna want to just you know, have the physique of an alpha male, you're going to want to be successful above else. Because what you're going to do is you're going to, because every goal you set yourself, it'll be a W, a win on the board. So then you'll say, you know, I set myself this goal and I did it. Right? I didn't overthink it. I didn't worry about it. I just did it. So I think for me personally, and I'll go back to, you know, paying people for respect. I wholeheartedly think that as well, me in that situation, I could sit there and say, I respect that person regardless. And then a person will probably turn around and say,
you respecting somebody is not realistic.
And I'll be like, why? But because I know men are more sensitive than a woman. We'll get back to that. But listen, no care of feelings, whatever. That's what I'm trying to say.